I'm gonna talk about the definition of Orang Ulu. Nowadays, included the downriver tribes of the Lun Bawang, Lun Daye, mean upriver or far upstream, Berawan, Sabah, as well as the plateau-dwelling Kelabits. The various Orang Ulu grouped together make up roughly 5.5% of Sarawak population. The Orang Ulu are artistic people with longhouse, elaborately decorated with murals and wood carving. They are also well known for their intricate beadwork and detailed tattoos. The Orang Ulu tribe can also identified by their unique musical sound made by a sape, a string instrument similar to a mandolin.
The Kelabit is famous for their agriculture. The Kelabits, predominantly Christian, are a tight-knit community that live in the inherited longhouses and practice a generations-old form of agriculture. They are famous for their rice farming, so they produce high-quality rice commonly known as barrio rice. They also cultivate a variety of other crops which are suitable for the cooler climate of the highland of Barrio. They distinguish between wet paddy field and dry paddy field. The domesticated buffalo are valued highly, 7 of which are traditionally required for the dowry for an upper-class bride. Kelabit village This is the houses of Kelabit tribe. Kelabit village usually include only one longhouses, in which all the inhabitants of the community would live in. A longhouse can stretch as long as 75 meters in length. Such house doesn't have partition that divide into rooms.
I'm gonna talk about social hierarchy among Kelabits. And in rural community, there's a division of caste, namely the nobility, the ordinary community member, and the descendant of those who were in slavery. The leader always comes from the nobility. He must have things that regard a special prestige among the Kelabit people. These are ancient items of Chinese origin, such as Persian vases, or gongs, as well as items that made from pearl. Second one is they used to strictly observe a social hierarchy, which consists the three classes, namely the Paran Arcosius craft, the Pupa middle class, and the Anak Lunyanada commodores. However, with the advent of Christianity and education, such a classification are slowly dismissing.
One of the smallest tribes in Sarawak and their homeland. One of the smallest tribes in Sarawak and a branch of the Orang Ulu, the total Kelabit population of about 5,000 people, first discovered around the turn of 20th century.
The Kelabits, a tribe of a fierce warrior and headhunters who saw off anyone entering their territory, were generally given a wide berth by neighboring tribes. Their homeland, now called the Kelabit Highlands, a remote plateau in the Sarawak Highlands, slightly over 1,200 meters above sea level, is pretty ranged by a series of jungle-covered mountain peaks. All roads on the plateau lead to Barrio, a settlement of about 1,000 persons.
Family conflict and corporation. There is a strict order or rule of inheritance which includes the need for one person to organize expenses, commemorative celebration for people who inherit from them. The conflict between the older brother and sister can be particularly noticeable in connection with their circumstances. In any case, the Kelabit people is still cooperating unit. And next is the term and condition to attain adulthood. Adults are called Lun Merar, which literally mean big people. In order to attain adulthood, one must have the three things. The first one is the suppose, with whom one will grow the rice together, and second is the children, and the third one is the rice, which one would be able to feed their children or their grandchild.
Now I'm going to explain about the involvement of the villagers. The first one, there are few opportunities for villagers to obtain indirect income from tourists. This income is irregular and not considered particularly significant by the villagers because there is, however, an effort to get more members of the local communities involved in the tourism of the industry. A Kelabit academic who works with the development issues has identified the fact that many goods required by logists to satisfy customer needs are not available in the area, and therefore must be flown in from the nearby population centers of Miri or Marudi. Many of these goods could potentially be produced in the Kelabit Highlands. Uncultivated island could be used to rear pigs and chickens as well as grow seasonal fruits and vegetables favored by the tourists, but which are in short supply of barrio.
Now I'm going to talk about the economic sector of Kelabit people. The global economic's importance and potential for growth of the tourism industry make it especially relevant and applicable to sustainable development. The potential for the creation of a sustainable tourism industry must then lie within the basic principles of sustainable development. All stakeholders in the tourism industry will be required to embrace strategies which ensure the long-term survival and improvement of their industry, and not those that instead aim to maximize short-term economic gains. Sustainable approaches to tourism development should aspire to balance the present and future needs of national, regional, and local authorities, the private sector, host communities, and tourists. In order for a tourism project to be sustainable, it should be financially viable, ecologically sensitive, and benefits to the local community, both financially and socially. These factors are interdependent and mutually reinforcing. Ultimately, they have the potential to enhance the tourist experience by preserving and even improving the core assets upon which the tourism industry is based, the natural environment and local culture. Now I want to talk about the guides. Tourists have no choice but to employ the service of a local guide if they are to embark on any but the shortest and simplest walks in the area. The jungle is thick and has very few distinguished features to the untrained eye. There exists an extensive network of tracks that regularly dissect each other and branch off in many directions. Distances are often great and most of the tracks are in poor condition. It is therefore dangerous and unrealistic for tourists to expect to trek in the jungle without the assistance of a guide. Guiding fees range from 65 to 85 ringgit Malaysia. Therefore, guides are reliant on the lodge managers for most of their customers. Each guide tends to work exclusively or semi-exclusively with a particular lodge. This is a mutually beneficial relationship that ensures guides receive regular work and lodge can depend on the service of reliable and skilled guides. Lodge receive no fee or commission.
That's all our presentation, so
Don't forget
to subscribe, like,
Comment.
Down
below.
Thank you!